New evidence confirms a wild rumor about giant monsters living in sewers. Big cities already have a lot on their plates. From overcrowding to funding issues, the metropolises of the world don't always make it easy to live there. And just when a city thinks the issues are solved, another danger always proves to be lurking nearby. Recently, some New Yorkers were focused on one nasty problem that seemed impossible to solve. Evidence has brought more credence to a long-standing rumor about giant monsters running around in the sewers. Needless to say, even the toughest urbanite was still a little shaken. You don't have to be a horror movie buff to know that monsters taking over public transportation routes is not good. Cramming into crowded subways is bad enough without having to fear for your life. Well, one NYC legend might be a cause for concern. A theory that has been going on for decades holds that large alligators have been running around the New York subway system. The alleged source of these scary reptiles may be even more chilling than the gators themselves. It is said that these beasts are brought into the city by people who travel to Florida, hoping to become the proud owner of cool exotic pets. When the creatures inevitably become too big or scary, these unprepared urbanites simply flush them down the toilet, leading them to the sewers. While this may seem like something out of a science fiction novel, there is actually evidence to back it all up. The first recorded sighting of a misplaced gator happened way back in 1932, discovered on the banks of a Bronx river. This certainly caused a widespread concern among the public at the time. But little did they know that 3 short years later, the so-called monster problem would become far more dire. In 1935, teens in East Harlem were shoveling snow when they came across a terrifying sight. An 8-foot-long, 125-pound alligator was attempting to escape from the manhole they'd just unwittingly uncovered. "Honest, it's an alligator!" one boy shouted to one of his friends. The boys looked up in confused panic. Soon, things took an even more harrowing and traumatic turn for all of those involved. The young friends took quick action, lassoing the animal by its neck and dragging it into the street. Unfortunately, the massive gator took this opportunity to snap at the boys, giving them no choice but to beat it to death. By the next day, the entire city knew. The paper headlines read, "Alligator found in Uptown sewer. Youths shoveling snow into a manhole see the animal churning in icy water. Snare it and drag it out. Reptile slain by rescuers when it gets vicious. Whence it came is a mystery." This wasn't the end of the story, however. Although the prospect of encountering such a vicious beast in your own neighborhood seems nightmarish, it actually turned into a point of pride for many, as evidenced by the annual Alligators in the Sewers Day, founded by a historian 75 years after the boys' initial discovery. At the most recent alligator convention, there were many events, including guest speakers, an informative quiz, and even baby plastic alligators handed out for the lucky first few to arrive. But is this holiday based on a one-time event? According to historian Michael Mischione, who founded the holiday, the concept of alligators in city sewers is a great myth. And having done a little research on it, I found that it has a strong basis in reality. I felt people should know that. However, like all great urban myths, some naysayers have doubts. Several cite concerns as to the feasibility of reptiles being capable of living that long in the sewer, given the freezing temperatures and disease. Still, if you don't trust those conniving New Yorkers and all their twisted fantasies, take it from a Parisian. In 1984, an alligator was found in the sewers there. However, rather than beat the thing to death, French officials named her Eleanor and placed her in an aquarium. Despite any skeptics, high levels of anxiety, fear, and excitement still abound surrounding the bizarre phenomenon, and New York is far from the only place to be home to a host of strange beasts. Across the pond in London, deadly rats, rather than gators, are residents' biggest fear. This makes sense, given that in the 14th century, a scourge of these rodents spread the bubonic plague, killing nearly half of the city's population. According to the Rentokil Pest Control Company, the main danger of these rats is their propensity to grow, often getting as long as 10 inches. To make matters worse, they spawn up to 200 babies in a single year. Of course, ecologist and author Peter Crowcroft has found a rather convenient scapegoat to blame for the encroaching rat threat to the people of London, and it doesn't spare many. Sewer rats do well in areas which are thickly populated by humans who are neither very rich nor very poor. Such people, especially apartment dwellers, tend to waste food, often flushing it into the drains in useful fragments, instead of converting it into unavailable sludge, Crowcroft surmised. So next time you think about disposing your food before converting it into an unrecognizable sludge, or adopting an alligator for that matter, remember the potentially catastrophic consequences. We'd rather us human beings stay running our cities for the time being. Animal lover? Subscribe to our channel for all the latest in pet care and animal rescue. You can also visit our store, where you'll find cheeky merch for cats and dog lovers, including fun and original t-shirt designs and many other accessories you will love. Our earnings will help support and rescue animals in need and make a difference in their welfare. For more information, visit www.pawsfashion.store. Thank you for being a part of our growing community and for caring about animals and their lives, especially at a time where they need you the most.